Welcome back, Star Wars fans, to episode 70 of Ronald's Reviews, and on today's episode we've got some new additions to the mask collection. Cue the march. Welcome back everyone. Now, like I said in the intro, today we're going to take a look at some new additions to my mask collection. But before we do that, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody that jumped into the comments from last week's video. Now, in the intro to last week's video, I addressed the fact that I do get a little bit concerned sometimes that this channel was originally meant to be purely Star Wars content, and because I'm now collecting other lines, some non-Star Wars videos are appearing on the channel. And I just wanted to ask the viewers how they felt about that, and the response I got was fantastic. Everyone jumped in the comments and told me that generally they're quite happy to have variation. There was a couple of people that preferred the Star Wars stuff, which is absolutely fine, but generally everyone said that they quite enjoy the variety. So thank you for everyone that took the time to comment. You have really put my mind at ease about the content, so thank you. Without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so before we get started, if you've been following the channel, we're just going to have a quick overview of the masked vehicles and figures you'll have seen so far. Now, I did get a handful of loose figures from Dave at Vintage Toy Rush, but these are the ones that I've got complete so far. So we've got on the left Piranha with Sly Rax and Stiletto mask. In the middle, we've got Jack Hammer with Cliff Dagger and Torch mask. And then on the far right, and I think it's just any excuse to get Switchblade in the shot, we've got Switchblade with Miles Mayhem and Viper mask. Now, like I say, I've got plenty more masks coming. These are the ones you'd have seen so far. But without further ado, let's go take a look at the mask agents we've selected to join the crew.
Give me the best agents for this mission.
Personnel selected. Brad Turner, motorcycle and helicopter pilot, vehicle code name Condor.
Okay, so the first new addition is Brad Turner with Hocus Pocus mask and Condor. Now, Condor is probably a vehicle that most of you will recognise. When I was a kid growing up, if you had any friends that had masked vehicles, they always had a Condor. And I think that was one of three reasons, really. One, it was on the cheaper side. Two, it was quite small and easy to handle. And three, it's really easy to transform. So let's just take a look at Brad Turner to start with. Okay, so there's Brad Turner. And this was one of the figures that Dave at Vintage Toy Rush sent me, so thank you, Dave. And Brad Turner comes with his Hocus Pocus mask, and as the name suggests, it used to sort of almost cast magic spells and help the mask team when they were in a bit of a stitch.
Hocus Pocus on! Go from here!
It's a fantastic figure. I love these figures. Even though they're only small, they've got some cracking articulation. And I just think they're fantastic little figures. Does he want to stand up? There we go. Okay, so let's take a look at Condor. Now again, like I said, you'll probably remember this iconic lime green motorcycle, but it is a really easy transformation. So it's a motorcycle that turns into a helicopter, so all you need to do is you need to pop this back section up. That pops up like that, and the landing gear comes out the bottom. You will also see just a little machine gun come out where the headlight is there. The back wheel pops up to act as the rear propeller, and then these side pieces just pop out, like so. There we go. And that's just the top propeller, and there we go, we're in helicopter mode. It was also quite prominent on the intro as well, so a lot of people love this vehicle. And I do too. It is absolutely stunning. I love it. And then of course, exact same process in reverse. Pop the back wheel down. They snap back down. They've got a couple of little pegs that they snap into like so. And then pop it back down. The landing gear goes up. The seat comes back. And we're back to motorcycle mode. And there we go. So yeah, absolutely love Condor. Like I say, it's one that's most recognisable. A lot of mask fans recognise it straight away. Even if you weren't necessarily a mask fan, most toy collectors recognise it. And I think it's the lime green that really makes it stand out and jump out at you. But yeah, absolutely love Condor. I'm so pleased to get it into the collection. Okay, so let's move on to Agent 2 of the new additions.
Personnel selected. Hondo Mclean, weapons specialist, tactical strategist, vehicle code name Firecracker.
Okay, and the second new addition to the mask collection is Hondo Mclean with Blaster Mask and Firecracker. Now, anyone that knows mask, you will look at this and think, well, that's incomplete, and it is. It's just the basic vehicle. There's quite a few pieces missing, but that's actually deliberate. Now, since I've been collecting mask, I've been very lucky that I've managed to get all the vehicles complete so far, barring a few missiles and bombs, which I don't really class them as part of the actual vehicle. I can get them anytime. But I looked at my mask collection and I was a little bit sad all of a sudden, because I do like a project. I've got a few Star Wars projects going on. I like a fixer-upper, and I realised that I didn't have anything as a project for mask. So I managed to pick up Firecracker for £10, believe it or not, as it's just a basic vehicle. But there's various pieces to go with this. But I did that because I enjoy looking for pieces. I enjoy sourcing parts and getting lucky. And I enjoy having a project. So I purposely picked this up incomplete, so I've got a mask project. So there should be, I think there's 7 or 8 pieces missing. There should be a new bumper at the front. There should be some spotlights on the top. There should be a spare wheel just there. There should be a bike rack on the boot, and also a motorcycle that fixes to the back. And also, when it's in attack mode, there are some guns that sit at the back, as well as a back bumper as well. So quite a lot of pieces missing, but I did that on purpose, like I say, because I wanted a mask project and a mask fixer-upper. So I've certainly got my work cut out there. But let's just take a look at Hondo Mclean. So there's Hondo, in excellent condition. Really pleased with that. And Hondo comes with his blaster mask.
Blaster on.
Let's just put that on there. Now, Hondo's blaster mask is one of those helmets. All these helmets, when they first appeared in their initial release, were a lot smaller than this. They didn't have the pieces that came down over the shoulders and over the chest. And they were introduced later on because it made them less of a choking hazard. So if any children were to swallow it, they're a little bit bigger, so they were less of a choking hazard. And they also added holes to the mask. So if you see the hole at the top there, so that if any child was to swallow it, air can still pass through while they were able to retrieve the mask. So it's just less of a choking hazard. But this is one mask that is specifically a little bit almost like Repro in Star Wars. A lot of people get this mask, and originally on its original release it was cut off there. It was literally just the top section of the mask that was used, and a lot of people buy this mask now and cut it off right around the back and then rub it smooth and then try and pass it off as the much harder to obtain and rarer short mask. So if you're collecting mask, and specifically Hondo Mclean's blaster mask, just look out for that, because a lot of people do cut it off just along that line there and then try to pass it off as an early release short mask. So just be aware of that. Okay, so I don't know if he's going to stand back up. Let's take a look at Firecracker. Now, even though this is incomplete, the one reason why I chose Firecracker is because I still think it displays fantastically well, even with all its sections missing. It still looks good on display. So I purposely picked this because I do like it, that really bright, vibrant orange. And it's in quite good condition, even though it is incomplete. Now, its transformation, it just pops up on its wheels, some machine guns come out, and I'm just going to try, I've knocked him over, look, I'm just going to try and transform it. It's lively, so I'm keeping my hand on the top, there we go. So it raises up, the front guns come out, and like I say, there should be 2 rear guns that just pop out from behind these wheels. A bike on the back, spare wheel, bumper, and another bumper at the front with some spotlights. So like I say, it is incomplete, but I actually think it looks really good, even incomplete. So, I mean, look at that. Super bright, a real nice piece, and I just think, I mean, the decals are in fantastic shape as well, and I just thought it was a really good vehicle to pick for a project. I mean, look at that. And then if we just push it back down, the gun should go back in and it should snap back onto its wheelbase. There we go. Oh, cliff dagger's fallen over now as well. There we go. So there we go, everyone. They're the new additions to the collection. I hope you enjoyed that. If you're a new viewer, thank you for stopping by and giving me a shot. I hope you'll consider leaving a like and subscribing. If you're an existing subscriber, an existing viewer, thank you for sticking with me. I do appreciate it. Please leave any comments or questions in the comment section below. You know the drill by now, guys. I read everyone's comments and reply to everybody. And as always, keep collecting. I'll see you next time.